Project Online, the trusted project management solution for thousands of businesses, is officially retiring in 2026. This change isn't just a routine update, it's the end of a platform many organizations depend on every day. The question is, what will happen to your projects, your data, and your workflows once the service is gone? More importantly, what comes next? In this guide, we'll break down the retirement timeline, the risks of standing still, and the best alternatives to ensure your projects don't get left behind. The future of Microsoft Project Online: retirement, transition, and alternatives. Microsoft Project Online has long been the backbone of many organizations' project and portfolio management (PPM) practices. Built on SharePoint architecture, it enabled teams to manage schedules, resources, dependencies, and portfolios in a centralized way. However, Microsoft has now confirmed that Project Online will be retired, and this has created both uncertainty and opportunity for organizations that rely on it. Understanding the retirement timeline, what will happen to existing environments, and what alternatives are available is crucial for building a sustainable transition plan. Retirement timeline and expiry: the official end of life for Project Online is September 30, 2026. After this date, the service will no longer be available, and access to data will be discontinued. While that is the final cutoff, there are several important milestones before then. Starting October 1, 2025, new customers will no longer be able to purchase Project Online-only licenses. More critically, on April 2, 2026, support for SharePoint 2013 workflows will end. Since many Project Online environments depend heavily on these workflows, organizations may experience partial functionality loss even before the full retirement date. For current customers, Project Online will continue to function until its retirement, but the lack of future development and the progressive withdrawal of supporting technologies mean that planning ahead is essential. Why Microsoft is retiring Project Online: the retirement is not simply about ending a product but reflects Microsoft's broader strategic shift. Project Online was built on older SharePoint technology, which makes it difficult for Microsoft to modernize and integrate with its new cloud-native services. Rather than patching legacy architecture, Microsoft is investing in tools built on the Power Platform, Dataverse, and Microsoft 365 ecosystem. This allows for tighter integration with Teams, Power BI, Copilot, and AI-driven automation, all areas where Microsoft sees the future of collaboration and project management. What will happen after retirement? Once Project Online is retired, organizations will lose access to the service and their data if it has not been migrated. Existing workflows, integrations, and dashboards tied to Project Online will cease functioning. SharePoint 2013 workflows, which underpin many automations, will be unsupported as of April 2026, meaning that even before retirement, critical processes could fail. Any custom reports or dashboards will need to be rebuilt on newer platforms. Without preparation, organizations risk severe disruption, including data loss, broken processes, and compliance risks if historical project information is no longer accessible. Risks of not acting: failing to prepare for the transition exposes several risks. The most obvious is data inaccessibility, as project and portfolio information stored in Project Online may no longer be retrievable. Workflows and integrations will likely break as underlying technologies lose support. Organizations relying on Project Online for reporting, resource management, or compliance records could face serious operational issues if they delay planning. There is also a financial risk. Last-minute migration projects are costly, rushed, and prone to errors. Additionally, user resistance may grow if new tools are adopted abruptly without adequate training or communication. What comes next? Microsoft's suggested paths: Microsoft is steering customers toward modern alternatives within its ecosystem. One of the primary paths forward is Microsoft Planner Premium, which evolves the project for the web experience into a more capable tool. Planner is being enhanced with new features such as task dependencies, baselines, Gantt views, and AI-driven project management via Copilot. For organizations already embedded in Microsoft 365, this represents a natural transition that offers deep integration with Teams, Outlook, and Power Platform. However, some advanced portfolio management and resource leveling features may be less mature compared to Project Online. Another option is Project Server Subscription Edition, SE, which provides a more traditional, enterprise-level PPM experience closer to what Project Online offered. It supports complex scheduling, resource management, and integration with the project desktop client. This path is better suited for organizations with highly complex portfolios but comes with higher infrastructure and maintenance requirements. For companies with broader ERP and financial integration needs, Microsoft recommends Dynamics 365 Project Operations. This solution is especially powerful for organizations managing client-facing or billable projects where tracking revenue, costs, and profitability is critical. While robust, it may be overkill for organizations that only need scheduling and resource management. Lastly, there is the Power Platform approach, where organizations build custom PPM solutions using Power Apps, Power Automate, Dataverse, and Power BI. This path offers flexibility to design solutions tailored to specific processes, though it requires investment in configuration, customization, and ongoing governance. Non-Microsoft alternatives. While Microsoft recommends staying within its ecosystem, many organizations are evaluating third-party PPM tools. Options like Smartsheet, Celoxis, Wrike, Monday.com, and Asana offer modern, user-friendly experiences with strong dashboards, collaboration features, and flexibility. Smartsheet excels in blending spreadsheets with project management, making it attractive to teams familiar with Excel-style workflows. Celoxis offers strong financial and resource management capabilities at a competitive price, appealing to organizations that need enterprise-level PPM without Microsoft's licensing model. Tools like Asana and Monday.com prioritize ease of use, collaboration, and adoption speed but may lack the depth of advanced portfolio management and scheduling. The main drawback of third-party options is integration. While many support Microsoft 365 connectors, the tight coupling with Teams, Power BI, and SharePoint may not be as seamless. Migrating complex project online data and workflows to these platforms can also result in functionality gaps. Still, for organizations prioritizing collaboration, modern UX, or lower costs, they can be compelling alternatives. Evaluation criteria for choosing a path. When evaluating what comes next, organizations should assess alternatives against several criteria. Functionality is critical. Does the tool support resource leveling, baselines, dependencies, and portfolio dashboards? Scalability matters too. Can the solution handle hundreds of users and dozens of projects simultaneously? Integration with existing systems like Teams, Power BI, and ERP tools should also weigh heavily in the decision. Cost is another major factor, encompassing not only licensing but also migration, consulting, training, and the hidden costs of disruption. User adoption and ease of use will dictate how successful the transition is. Even the most powerful tool will fail if employees resist using it. Lastly, organizations must think about vendor roadmap and future-proofing. Microsoft is investing in AI and integrated cloud platforms, while third-party vendors may innovate faster in user experience but come with risks of stability or long-term support. How to prepare for the transition? The first step is to conduct a full audit of your current project online environment. This includes cataloging projects, workflows, integrations, and reports, and identifying which features are business critical. Next, organizations should perform a gap analysis, mapping existing functionality to what each alternative can provide. Running pilots with 2 or more candidate solutions is recommended to validate usability, integration, and performance before committing. It's also important to plan migration early. Data should be backed up and exported well before the service shuts down. Training and change management must be part of the plan to minimize user resistance and productivity loss. Communicating timelines and expectations clearly across the organization ensures smoother adoption. Conclusion: building a sustainable future. The retirement of Microsoft Project Online marks the end of a legacy tool but also signals a shift toward more modern, integrated, and AI-powered project management solutions. Organizations that act early will be better positioned to minimize disruption, retain critical data, and take advantage of new capabilities. Whether you choose to transition to Microsoft Planner Premium, adopt Project Server SE, integrate with Dynamics 365, build custom solutions on Power Platform, or explore third-party tools like Smartsheet and Celoxis, the key is careful evaluation, planning, and phased execution. Project Online's expiry is not just a technical milestone but a strategic opportunity. By approaching the transition thoughtfully, you can not only preserve your current capabilities but also enhance collaboration, reporting, and efficiency for the future of project management.